Hello, this is Jan from Embroidery Decor. Our project for this week is to make a changeable banker container outside decoration. It's very, very simple, and it is pretty much foolproof, mess-up proof. What you'll need is a design, a container. I'm using yarn to hook it on the back. Glue, if you want to glue it down, making it more permanent. Tape, if you don't want to make it so permanent. Container at top is really good. Needle for the yarn. And scissors. So it's pretty simple. The first thing you do is you take your container and your design, and you have to measure how long and wide you need. Now, normally I like to use the label. Sometimes the label and I get into a fight, so I take a piece of paper or backing and I'll just cut it so that it fits. You want to make sure it's overlapping about 1 inch so that you can sew it together very quickly. So then all you do is you take the design, you flip it over. You can leave the batting on or you can take it off. I'm leaving it on just in case I decide to use this design later, just to get a little bit of an idea about how big it is. So on the outside edge, I fold it over, which will create that finished edge. I'm just going to use tape, a couple pieces that are already cut here. And make sure you don't put them on the exact edge. Duct tape works great. You want a little bit, don't forget. And then the other side. If you have too much on any side that you do not want to fold, go ahead and trim it up. Pieces here. And this is just good old-fashioned packing tape. Then you do the same thing top and bottom. If you want to do a marking here, you can. I usually go just by eyeballing it. Fold that up. Bring the other one down. Make sure your edges look nice. There. Now your design is ready. And you take your thread or yarn or string or anything decorative. I do a knot on one end. If I was using thin thread or even embroidery thread, I would double it. And I'm just going to go in through the back for my first stitch. And then I'm going to come around to the front. And I'm going through the top because I'm going to make this look more like a football stitch. Every once in a while, grab that back piece. And I'm only going to do 2. And then I'm going to slide my container in. And then pull it up. You want to make sure you don't have too much thread or yarn, or it can really get bogged, but you want to make sure you have enough. And then I'm just basically lacing it to make it tighter. Now at this point, if I have too much, I could always go back and fold it so it was a little bit smaller. And all I'm doing is going across and pulling. You could do a cross stitch, you could do a blanket stitch, you could do a stitch that has no name. And you just go down until it finishes. And this one I could have made a little bit tighter. Here's a finished one. The back I just zipped it up. This one's a little bit tighter. If you want it permanent, you slide this end down, you just take your glue and put your glue down at this bottom part here, and then you slide it up. Make sure you leave it up so that it doesn't ooze out the top, and that will glue it down. I like leaving them so they're loose for several reasons. One, I can take this off and put a different decoration on. You know, this is actually for my nephew. Shh, don't tell anyone, right? But as he gets older, I can make him a different one. Also, they fit a lot of jars, like the canning jars, will also hold them really nicely. So if you want to, you can slide it onto a different jar. If you need a bigger jar, as your container needs to be bigger, or if it's your bank, you want a bigger bank for more money, right? So then they just slide on and off. The other nice thing is that I can slide this off, throw it in the wash. If the fabric is dryable, dry it, and then it's clean, which is really, really, really nice. Stick this back on the canning jar. If you want it just to cover, you just cover it. If you want a bank, put a hole in it, or you can leave it open. Nice little decorative, and it's changeable, nothing permanent. There you have it. There's our changeable cover for a bank or a container, and they're really nice. Happy embroidering!